This is grade 5, module 2, lesson 23, and the objective here is to divide 3 and 4-digit dividends by 2-digit divisors, resulting in a 2 and 3-digit quotients, reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders in each place value. So very similar to the previous lesson. So the examples I'm going to use today are from the homework, and this is question number 1. And I'm going to do both A and B on this one. So it says divide and then check using multiplication. So if I'm going to do my estimate first, I have 10,000 divided by 40. And that's 1,000 tens. And it's divided by 40. Which is going to give me 25 tens, or 250. Okay, so this is my estimate. So I know the quotient should be around 250. Okay, I'm just going to erase that just to make some room here. So the original problem is 9,962, my dividend, and I'm dividing it by 41, my divisor. Okay. And this, I'm just going to put 250 up here because I knew it was close to 250. So I know I'm going to have a 2 in my hundredths place. Okay. And the students can put the 5 here, and they're going to realize that 5 is too much. So I'm just going to go ahead and save time and just put the 4. And 4 times 41 is 164. And the difference, 12, bringing my 2 down, 122 is so my answer is 242 with the remainder of 40. So the complexity that's been building in each of the lessons is our quotients. So now we're having 3 digits in our quotients instead of 1 or just 2. We're still doing the check the same way. So we have 242 times 41. And the product is 9,922. And then I'm going to add 40 to that, because 40 was my remainder. And I do end up with 9,962, so that checks out because that answer matches my dividend there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do part B. And part B, the estimate is going to be 1,500 or 1,500 divided by 50. And this is a pretty simple mental math problem, so they should see that their answer is going to be around 30. Let me put that in a cloud up here. Okay, and I'm going to do the multiplication, or the division. 1,495, my dividend, divided by the divisor of 45. And I'm going to start with my 3. Finding the difference here is 145, and I'm going to just save some time here. And 3 times 45, which I already know from my previous step, gives me 135. So I know that I can fit another 3 groups. So 135, subtracting, and I have a remainder of 10. When I go ahead and do my multiplication, 45 times 33, I have a product of 1,485. And if I take that product and I add the remainder, I have a sum of 1,495. And that matches what my dividend was in my original problem. So this means it checks and it works out. So the word problem in this lesson is number 3. It says a candy company packages caramel into containers that hold 32 fluid ounces. In the last batch, 1,848 fluid ounces of caramel were made. How many containers were needed for this batch? I'm going to write my target sentence. There were blank containers needed for this batch. Okay, so I'm taking the total fluid ounces, which was 1,848. That's how much caramel was made. And I'm dividing it by 32 because that's the amount of fluid ounces that fits into one container. Okay, when I multiply this out, the students can do the estimate. So they can figure out what their quotient will be close to, or what it will help them with their division. And if they go ahead and they do the long division, they'll see that they need 57 containers, 57 full containers. There is going to be a remaining 24. So doing this division, you have to talk about what these numbers mean. So I was trying to find the number of containers, and that answer is 57. It did not ask how much caramel was going to be left over, but we know that answer anyway, and there's going to be 24 ounces left over. So they have 57 containers with 24 remaining. So the answer, there were 57 containers needed for this batch.